like put this on like an 85-inch television and then just watch it an inch away from the screen.
Yeah, it's deranged. Just listen to it. We shouldn't have to have a YouTube.
People are holding drive-in movie theaters hostage with like a bomb vest, and then just watching
Put 11 party on.
People are like starting the podcast and going, "Cheers to the boys, to my friends." But no, we appreciate every single one.
No, we love you.
Make
Thank
our
you.
lives possible, or whatever.
What were you just saying?
About what?
I don't know, fat people or something.
Oh,
We're on to a new topic on Lemon Party. Ben's talking fat people.
I was saying it's a form of possession, and that's why they become so fat. Like Jay said, they absorb all their character. They become like Kirby essentially, and they're literally like Russell Crowe, the other guy, Marlon Brando,
Orson Welles.
Yeah, they're possessed.
Yeah.
So there's all these spirits inside them, and that's why they have to expand their flesh.
Well, you have to be fuckable to break into Hollywood. Like actors and actresses, they're essentially just they're just higher level like porn stars.
I like when people jump the gun too early with becoming great big fat guys. Like Jesse Plemons, the 2 roles, and then he was like, "Okay, I can." He called his agent. He's like, "I can."
Yeah, he's like, "What?"
I can do it.
He's like, "What's that? I have $200,000. All right, I'm getting fat.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bang the Spider-Man lady the whole time."
He called his agent. He goes, "These snack rooms are out of fucking control. Okay, what do you think? What is the point of me making it?"
He knocked her up, knocked up Kirsten Dunst, played with her. Nice, juicy,
big, juicy titties.
big cans.
Yeah,
huge cans. If you've seen Melancholia, some of the cans blow you out of the water when you see your cans.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Yeah. If I was in that Spider-Man scene, I would have just reached down and just started squeezing her. Yeah.
That scene really got people going. Making out upside down.
Her upside down, too. I mean, first of all, they got to use a couple wires there. Real sturdy. And then she's definitely wearing like 4 bras. Otherwise, her titties would just...
Yeah. She was right side up, though. She was
standing.
Oh, why would she be upside down?
That wouldn't make sense.
That would be a sick rape thing where Spider-Man put her in a web and he's like, "Now I can have my
that's
way
the
with you."
Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah.
As he has her tied up.
And they're like, "Oh, he has his abilities. He can do BDSM anywhere." A lovely rapey Spider-Man.
Everybody masturbated to that scene.
Oh, yeah.
In the theater.
Yeah.
Everybody came together right before 9/11 and they all masturbated to Kirsten Dunst.
I was in a theater with Paul Rumens and Fred Willard. And we took turns just jacking each other's butts. Yeah. Two PG-13 kissing upside down.
In the rain.
In the rain.
To epic, like...
right. Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I do remember watching that as a kid and being like, if this was R, I'd see your nips right now because it's wet. And I know their nips come through when it's wet.
It was a very iconic sexual scene.
Yeah.
And then he is shooting cum the whole movie.
It's very sexual.
He's swinging on cum.
It's not right.
Just coming out of his wrist.
What the fuck? Is he really? Is my pussy big? Yeah. Bro. No more pussy. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my big ass pussy. Hello. Hello, bitch. This is me. This is called Inception, bitch. Inception, you bitch. That's infinite. Go into the bitch. Okay, whoa. Time to hear some retards debate, bro. Goddamn bunch of fucking bitches, brother. Bunch of bitches for real, bro. Hello, chat. I have had to have you. Yeah, we gotta get that debate on, bro. We gotta get that debate on. Alright, let's get it. What the fuck is all that? Bro. I don't need any of that up.
Project 2025 seems harmless, but it would give Trump power like no president has ever had over your daily life. His plan includes a nationwide abortion ban, ripping away access to contraception, eliminating the Department of Education, allowing companies to deny.
Bro, that's retarded.
I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, it used to cost millions to advertise on TV, and
one of them is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year, because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't. It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation has, which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. These are the people that Xi and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump, will give you a minute here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad. But it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic. And the pandemic was not since 1917, where 100 million people died, has there been anything like it. We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We made ventilators for the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These were jobs bounce back, and it bounced back and it went to their benefit. But I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
So Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people.
Yes.
I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy. And the best economists in our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
It's just a soundbite. They gave her that to say. Look, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something you both brought up. The Vice President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this because your plan is what she calls is essentially a national sales tax. Your proposal calls for tariffs, as you pointed out here, on foreign imports across the board. You recently said that you might double your plan, imposing tariffs up to 20% on goods coming into this country. As you know, many economists say that with tariffs at that level, costs are then passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll mean higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs the typical family nearly $4,000 a year. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices. What's going to have and who's going to have higher prices is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only president ever. China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars, and so were other countries. And, you know, if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history